Hey guys, my name's SaibataShaw and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, it feels like forever. I feel like I have not done this in so long and I'm like kind of like happy, in a good mood. So yeah, yeah, I'm just super excited, but I need to just kind of tone it down a little bit because this video is a very it's a kind of serious type video, so I'm gonna tone it down a bit, keep all my excitement inside, and I'm gonna start off. I have my phone with me because I was thinking about this the other day, and I kind of made some points so I wouldn't miss out anything, so I might be looking at it a few times. But yeah, so the reason why I say this video is a kind of like serious type video and it's like personal is because it's not something that like, I'm happy about, that I'm proud about. It's not something like I would discuss it within like a small group of people, but nothing to like a big audience like this. This video is basically going to be about one of the main things that I learned in 2017. Like I learned a lot of things in 2017, but this is the main thing I learned. And the reason why I say this is a serious video and I'm not too proud about what I'm gonna like a bit about the main topic of what I'm going to talk about is because this video is going to be about my lack of faith. So and it's obviously it's not something to be happy about. Like you don't go around saying yeah I lost faith, like no. But it's not like I lost faith completely, but let me explain, let me get straight into the video. So basically like a lot's been going on within like the past 2 years I would say, with myself. So but I've just like along the way I've been learning like a lot of things. Like there've been a lot of bad times, good times, but mostly bad times in my opinion. Basically I am Muslim, but I went to a Catholic primary school and a Catholic secondary school because my parents, I think because my parents think that the education there is real good. I don't know, but like when my parents came here, like my primary school was like, I think they've been told like it's a really good school and like education and stuff like that, I don't know. But my parents decided, my parents even went to Catholic schools when they were younger, so they decided to send us to Catholic school even though we were Muslim. I went Catholic school, but when I was younger I also used to go mosque after school. We had 3 books and then the third one was the Quran, so we learned how to read in Arabic, stuff like that. We learned about Islam and just all stuff like that. So when I was younger I would say like my connection with God was much better than it was now that I'm older. So as I got older, like got into secondary, we stopped going because the girls stopped going at a certain age. They stopped going to the classes at a certain age, and when I was at a certain age was when I got secondary, so I stopped going. I kind of like lost my connection with God, I would say. Like I didn't, normally you're meant to pray 5 times a day as a Muslim, but obviously like I kind of just didn't do it. I didn't continue reading the Quran. In fact, I actually forgot how to read Arabic. I'm smiling, but this is so bad. Like my mum and dad always say it's better to not know at all than to learn to forget, which I obviously learned to forget, but I want to actually learn how to read again. I know how to read some, but not everything. I basically just lost my connection with God, and I would basically blame it down to me being lazy, because like I'm just very lazy. I always say I'm gonna do stuff that I don't do it, and I don't do it. Like it's just how I am, which is not a good thing. Most people have this. I had the biggest phobia of dying. I still kind of have it, and it's actually a word. It's actually a name of the phobia, being scared of dying, which I'll put down below because I can't remember what it's called. But when I was younger, like I would wake up in the night and like go to my mum and dad's room and be like, oh, I'd cry, and I'll be like, oh, I'm scared to die. Like I don't want to die. I don't want you guys to die. I'd be like so upset about it. And then obviously I don't cry about it now. Like, I'm still obviously scared about it, but it was worse back then. And I feel like that phobia came from me being an overthinker, because if you know me, you know I overthink everything. At times when I'm just in bed laying down, at my age now, I'll just think about like a lot of things, but see in the topic of what I'm talking about, like being scared to die, what happens after death. So my lack of faith mixed with my overthinking is why I think I led to the point where I started overthinking, thinking to myself, like, what if there isn't a heaven? Like what if we just die and then like we just die? I'm one of them people, yeah, I'm scared of a lot of things, but I will still watch the things. I'll still watch it. So like there was these videos that came up on my screen one time, like time ago, about like what actually happens after death, and this guy was saying that we just turn into cells. I said, huh, cells where? And then I was just thinking that bullshit. But then because I started overthinking, I was like, no, like raw, like what if, like, this was like recently, when I started overthinking about whether there was a heaven and stuff, this was only about a year ago. The thing about me being scared of dying has been like basically all my life. So I feel like everyone's scared of dying, but mine was just dragged. Like I'm just overly scared. And then I just started thinking I'll be so much calmer about about knowing I'm gonna die one day if I knew for sure that there was a heaven. But obviously I do not know for sure that there's a heaven, so boy, like, I'm scared now. So I just kept on overthinking, and it was like always in the back of my mind. Then one time I was at school, and in year 11 I was in like a specific subject, and then like I just had to bring up, like, one of them people, I have to talk about things that are on my mind, otherwise like it's just stays there. I have to talk about things. But I was like that. I'm not really like that so much now, because I kind of keep my stuff in. I kind of keep everything in, but just whatever. So I'm not saying that's a good thing, but yeah, we started speaking about it, and like table was talking about it with my teacher, and everyone had their own opinion. Some people was like, yeah man, I think about it too, like this that, and other people was like, no, like have faith. And more time, the only reasons why I'd want to bring it up, because I wanted people to convince me to have faith, like yes of course there's a heaven, yes of course Oh no, I skipped a bit. When I actually started talking about it with people was because from me overthinking if there's a heaven or not, I started overthinking the worst thing that anyone could ever possibly think. But I started thinking, saying it is even making me but what I started thinking was like, what if God isn't real? So from my overthinking of first being scared to die and being scared if there's a heaven, then it went to the big guy up there, and which should never ever happen because he's defo there. But so that's why I started like speaking about it. That's when I started speaking about it. So obviously, as I said, I spoke about one of my classes, and then but more time the reason why I brought it up is because I wanted someone to convince me and say like, no, have faith, there is a God. Like I just wanted people to say it to me so like I can keep the faith even more. But then obviously that didn't really work so much in my favor. I even brought it up to my dad, and he went on a mad one night. That's the wrong thing I should have done, but it's the fact that I just needed to speak about it. And I knew my dad and my sister the type of people who would convince me, like be like, no, you have to have faith, what are you talking about? I did it, and they did, but they were like really angry about it. And then what's it called, so I told my sister, then my sister clocked that. I'm saying to her, oh, what if like, God is not even real, like what if he isn't? And then she's also hearing me say 24/7, let's say there's a situation, oh no, you shouldn't do that because God don't like that, or I don't want to do that, or I'm gonna ask God for a sign, So it's basically what I was doing was contradicting myself. I would say to my close ones, oh, I'm scared, like what if there's not a God, but every single day till this day, every single day I mention God like every single day. Even back when I was like scared if it was real or not, I still mentioned him, which is so weird because I'm basically contradicting myself. But that, in my opinion, I feel like the reason why I was still talking about him is because like I had faith, but it wasn't entirely, it wasn't all there. Like I was still having my doubts, which still that's not good, but I did still have the faith. Like I did still want to believe, like yeah, like God's this, that, God's that, and like if something would happen, I'll be like, oh yes, yeah, I asked God for a sign and God gave me that sign. But in the back of my mind, oh, I'm telling people like, oh, like what if God's not real? Like, what's God not real? Like I'm scared. So then while this is all happening, I remember the first time that someone, apart from the people in my household, told me that, no, Sabat, you need to like better your relationship with God and actually like start praying, and that was one time I was at school, and obviously I was going through bear drama in year 11, and then obviously I'm not gonna say the teacher's name, I'm not gonna bait out her name, but I call her my guardian angel. Like I love her so much, but yeah, she's my guardian. Oh my god, stop smiling. Okay, I'm so moist. Okay, anyways, yeah, I call her my guardian angel. I love this woman so much. And then ones where every time I was in trouble, like she would just magically appear. Every time in school, like let's say a teacher was trying to get onto me or I was getting into some next, like she would just magically appear. Like I just definitely love her. But one time I was walking in the canteen, and I think like I was just gonna go get something, I don't know. She looked at me and she called me over, and I was like, yeah miss, she was like, Sabat, like you never look happy anymore, like you always used to be smiling, you're never smiling, like what's going on? And I was like, it's nothing, like it can't get solved, like it is what it is, like just moving like some stuck up teenager that I was, kind of still am, but obviously trying to remove myself from that dumb phase. But just moving like, it is what it is, miss. Like she was like, how's your relationship with God? And I was like, miss, do I even have one? And then she was just like, no, that's bad because you need to understand that it's God first, then your family, then your friends. Do it for yourself, better your relationship with God. And from then that kind of hit me. I was like, right, thought about it when I got home. I was like, no, I actually need to better my relationship with God. Did I? No, I didn't, because I always say I'm gonna do stuff and I do not do it. In a Muslim, bettering your relationship with God would mean like praying 5 times a day, trying to read the Quran again, stuff like that. 2017, yeah, has been so weird to the point where 2017 has just been crazy. One of the most weirdest things that keep happening to me in 2017, obviously it's almost ended, but one of the weirdest things that keep happening to me in 2017 is nearly every single time I leave my house, someone speaks to me that I don't know, like a random person. They speak to me, and like they either stop me, they either just say hi then talk, but like someone speaks to me. And every single time someone speaks to me, the two things that they always like without a doubt, this will come up in the conversation without me bringing it up, two things that they always mention is having faith in God. So that stuff on the topic of my relationship and God's, my relationship with God, and friends. Which is so ironic because at this moment in time in 2017, I was like having like doubts about like God, like not being faithful and stuff like that, and plus like having all these problems with friends. So I'm just thinking like, this is mad. Like I remember one time I was coming down the stairs in Westfield, yeah, Bait Westfield, coming down the stairs in Westfield, and then there was like this pretty light-skinned lady, and if I see someone pretty, I'm either gonna tell you that you look nice or I'm gonna smile at you. So we both caught eyes, and then we both caught eyes, and then like we both smiled at each other at the same time. I was like, oh, that's nice. So we smiled at each other, cool. And then like she kept on, so I'm coming down the escalators and she's just staring at me, like staring at me. I was thinking, okay, like, okay, she's not screwing me, so she's obviously nothing bad, but I kind of felt a bit uncomfortable. Still coming down the escalators now, and I come down and she calls me over, and obviously it's Bait Westfield, like she's not gonna kidnap me, so obviously I went over. She's just started saying to me, oh, God loves you, like he told me to stop you. And I was just like, she was like, yeah, God just told me to stop you. He wanted me to tell you that he actually loves you and he wants you to like acknowledge him more. Like she was just saying all this mad stuff, and I was just thinking like, raw. She was like, oh, what religion are you? And I was like, I'm Muslim, but she was Catholic. So she was like, oh, like, well, anyways, like God's for everyone. So she was still telling me, and then she just started telling me things about me that I haven't even told a soul. So I was just thinking like, sorry, I keep having to tap my phone screen. So I was just thinking, what? She was just telling me like, be careful of this, that, and she was like, don't worry about so and so and so, but she was just like, you need to bet your relationship with God, this, that, and I'm just thinking like, raw. So that was like, I think the second person that had come up to me after my teacher had told me. After that, I promise you, nearly every single place I went, someone would stop me to speak to me about God and friends, and I was just thinking that, raw. So after that woman happened, I was just like, no, like I got to start praying. Like, I got to like better my relationship with God, because I'm going through all this BS, I'm going through all this rubbish, and to be honest, the only person that can really help me and that will really be on my side is God. So I need to basically like dedicate my life to him. So yes, I did start to try pray 5 times a day. I did it for like a week. So what I would do is like, I'll do it for like a week and then like keep forgetting to do it, then I'll go back to it and stop. And it was never like an ongoing thing, like I would start and stop, but I saw that I was getting somewhere, so I was kind of calm with it. And then another one of my favorite encounters with these people telling me that I need to start praying, and that is I met someone through social media, and then long story short, this one, we had a lot in common. I'm not going to describe what we had in common because it'll just be bait, because this person is very bait. So me and this person, we started speaking, and then but one of the things we had in common was that we was both Muslim. Then the person was like, oh, in one of our conversations, like I think the first conversation, you pray 5 times a day, and I was just like, no, like I don't. And oh, that's so bad, and this is that. From that day on, when I tell you, this person would send me all the prayer times. That person would stay up to pray, like morning prayer, like in the AMs. They would text me, be like, about to wake up, like to pray, or in the morning be like, have you prayed, like remind me to pray. And when I tell you, yeah, like I had just had so much of like a rubbish time with friends, and this person came along and was like, raw, like a real G, like people like that you need in your life, people that only want the best for you. It's another angel sent down from heaven for me, and I'm just thinking like, yo, like God, you really trying to tell these people to make me pray, yo, you really want me and your relationship to be like that. So I was just thinking like, no, I have to start. So I started, did it for like 2 weeks. This was obviously in like the summer holidays. Did it for like 2 weeks, and then yeah, I can't stop, because like it's hard for me to commit to anything. Kind of stopped, and then but it's kind of on and off. But then like got to a point where I was thinking like, Sabata, like you need to actually grow up, commit to this, commit to God. He made you like grow up. And then it made me think back to a movie that I had watched like a bit back. Like, it was some African American movie, because that's all I watch. It was an African American movie. Well, I watch other movies, but that's my favorite. They were in the church and like there was all like praying, worshiping God, and then the pastor must have been taking questions from the audience. I can't remember this offhand. I'll probably explain this wrong, but the message behind it is definitely right. So someone in the audience must have asked a question, and they were like to the pastor. The person said, "Oh, how comes the people that don't even worship God, good things still happen to them?" Like, that doesn't make no sense. Obviously the person was confused, because we're all thinking like, okay, if you don't worship God and he's the one that made us, why are good things happening to you? What the pastor said like legitimately changed my life forever. Like, big man thing, well, it should have done, it's only really doing it now, but it changed the way I thought forever, for yes, but I'm only really acting upon it now. It's something along the lines of, oh yeah, well, that is true, good things do happen to bad people, and good things do happen to the people that do not worship God, but those good things that are happening to them, they will never ever be able to keep them. Obviously it was like a bit more nice and dramatic in the movie, but obviously I can't really remember. And let me explain that. Basically, it's basically saying, what is the essence, and this is how I put it in my mind whenever I explain it to people, I'm like, what is the essence of having so many good things but not being able to keep them? For example, you win the lottery and in your mind you're like, yeah, I'm gonna save this. Within like a week, a month, it's all gone, all your money's gone. So that good thing happened to you and you're thinking, yes, you're very, very happy, but you couldn't keep it. Like, maybe someone who worshipped God, someone who was like a God-fearing person, they could have got that lottery money, and then they could have invested in a company, invested in their own company, invested in so many things, and just got more money, got more money, got more money. But then you just lost it all. You just like lavished it, like you just live and lavish, you finished it, gone. Like, for example, another good example is you get into a relationship and God is not in the center of your relationship whatsoever. Neither you or the person believe in God. You are just like, yeah, doing your own thing, like, yeah, science made us, whatever. And then I'm not being discriminative. That's even, I don't even know. I'm not like being rude. I'm not saying, oh, you're shit if you don't worship in God. That's you. That's not even my business. But I'm just here for the people who are like losing faith in that. So yeah, and trying to tell you, do not lose faith. But obviously, let's say God's not at the center of your relationship. At the start of this relationship, you're like, no, this is the person I've been waiting for. Da 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 da. If God ain't in the center of that relationship, you're not gonna keep it. Just that simple. So like, obviously you want to get married to the person, God needs to be in the center of your relationship. So I kind of like to myself, I was like, a lot of good things happened to me last year, but not one thing was I able to keep. Not one. I can't name one good thing that happened to me last year that I was able to keep. If I'm like so honest with you guys, it was like not one thing. What I'm basically trying to say is that this video is not just for Muslims, it's for Christians, Muslims, it's for everyone. I'm just basically trying to say, do not lose faith in God. Don't want you lot to think, if I pray 5 times a day, if I go church every Sunday, that my life is going to be so perfect, nothing bad's ever going to happen, I'm going to be living my best life. No, I am not saying that, because in life we go through goods and bads. It's inevitable. Like, your life will never ever run smoothly, ever. It's just not possible, and it's just the way life is. But I'm just saying that if you believe in God, if you pray all the time, your connection with God is like this, like your connection with God is strong, you will have the strength to find good in every single bad situation that happens to you. If you're able to find good in every single bad situation that happens to you, then you're calm, because you take life as it is. You're not gonna beat yourself up about things too much. Just like, that happened, everything happens for a reason, this is how I'm gonna learn from this. You're turning that bad situation into good. You're turning it into something that you can learn from, and that's calm. If that's how you live your life, then I promise you, like, you will live your best life. Like, just pray to God. Like, all praying is just like, basically you're acknowledging God, you're showing God, yes, I still think about you, yes, my day is busy, but I still think about you, I still care about you. So obviously from back like last year, when I was just overthinking about, oh, like, I'm scared about heaven, God, da, da, da. From then, like, I would say that my faith has grown. Like, I do try my best to still pray 5 times a day. I'm actually working on it. Like, that's the only thing that's just like really so much perfect, but like, I believe in God. God is real. There is a heaven. My overthinking just gets the better of me sometimes, but I kind of learned a lot from this type of like faith journey thing. It's kind of nice to know that like God actually really wanted me, like really acknowledge him, that he was just sending all types of people from here, there, just to try and like make me believe, like me have faith. And it's very sweet of God. Like, God is my bestest friend. As I said, I mention God like every single day. Like, I keep saying like, I stopped this in my first couple videos, and now I'm back here. Haven't done this for a while. Like every single 5 seconds. But sorry guys, I promise the next video will be more, you know, I'm just actually not used to this at all. I think it's very weird, but I'm very excited to be back. So basically what I just wanted you guys to learn from this video is just that God is key to everything. Like, without God, then boy, I don't know. And if you ever feel like you're losing faith, just surround yourself with like the right people who you will know will like try help you get your faith back. You need to believe yourself, because someone can tell you 1,000 things like believe in God, believe in God, believe in God, but if you don't want to, you're not going to. You need to kind of understand it more. Look more into your religion, which whatever religion you guys are. Yeah, I think I am finished. But hopefully I will post more in 2018. I know I said this in 2016 about 2017, but as I told you guys, I've got commitment issues with everything in my life. So I hope I will be more committed to doing this, because I actually do enjoy it. And YouTube was annoying me with the whole copyright thing, so I was thinking, YouTube, you know what, me, you ain't cool no more, like goodbye. Like YouTube was, the whole system of YouTube was annoying me, I can't lie. So that kind of made me think, oh no, I'm gonna do you later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope you guys learned from it. If you guys think I have said anything that is a bit offensive, which I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart, I was like, nothing I said here was to like offend anyone. I'd like offend anyone, and I'm sorry, but it was not my intention. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, because yeah, it was like one of the main things, as I said, that I learned in 2017. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys. Bye.